What is an app? An app is a software program primarily developed for handheld smart devices such as mobile and tablet. It helps the user to perform their personal and professional tasks more effectively. The app is a modern term derived from the word application. Generally, the word app is used to refer to the applications on smart devices such as mobiles and tablets. Thousands of apps are available for smart devices. Most of the apps are freely downloadable from App Store. However, some of the apps need to be purchased from the App Store. The three most popular app stores are Google's Play Store, Apple's App Store, and Microsoft Store. However, the Windows Store is not in use for mobile devices, but can download the apps for your computer from the Windows Store. There are mainly three types of applications, which are desktop. The application that is mainly developed for computer or laptop is called a desktop application. This type of application depends on the hardware and operating system on which it runs. It is usually developed for a particular operating system. Some of the examples of desktop applications are Paint, Notepad, and Word. Mobile. Mobile application, also known as mobile app, is software program that is developed for handheld devices such as smartphones and tablets. These apps are installed and run on the device itself. Some of the examples of mobile apps are Snapchat, WhatsApp, and Facebook Messenger. Web. A web app is an application program that is stored on a remote server and accessed over the internet through a web browser interface. Some of the mobile apps and web apps look and work in same way, with very little difference between them. However, these two are very different from each other. One of the major differences is that the web apps require an internet connection to work. Defining the Android and iOS. Nowadays, most of the mobile devices run on Android and iOS. Android. Android is an operating system for mobile devices developed by Google. It is the most commonly used operating system in mobile devices. Google and some other mobile manufacturing companies use the Android as operating system for their devices. Android provides an easy-to-use and friendly environment to their users. The user interface of an Android mobile looks like this. iOS, formerly iPhone OS, is also a popular operating system developed by Apple Inc. for its handheld devices such as iPhone and iPad. The user interface of the iOS looks very professional as shown. Types of mobile apps. Apps provide specific functionality to your mobile and tablet devices in a more simple and user-friendly manner. We use so many applications on our mobile device to perform different types of tasks. Generally, these apps can be divided into three types, which are native, web, and hybrid. Let us learn about these in detail. Native apps. Native apps are platform-dependent, which means that these apps are primarily developed for a specific platform. For example, any app which is developed for iOS will not run on any other platform such as Android, Windows, and BlackBerry. In other words, you cannot install the app on iOS platform which is developed for Android platform. Most of the apps installed on your mobile device are native apps. These apps are distinctly accessible from app stores and offer the fastest, most reliable, and most responsive experience to users. Some of the examples of native apps are camera, microphone, gallery, and address book. However, there are some alternatives also available for these apps, but using native apps is easiest. Web apps. Web apps are actually web applications which give a user with experience similar to native apps. These apps are not deployed on the App Store. Hence, you need an extra app called browser to access these apps on your mobile device. You also need an internet connection to work with web apps. These apps are generally developed in HTML and CSS. Web apps are different from websites. The major difference is that a web app can be a small part of a website which provides a particular functionality. On the other hand, a website can contain many web apps. Some of the examples of the web apps are OLX, Flipkart, and Pinterest. Hybrid apps. The app that is created by combining the features of native app and web app is called a hybrid app. Similar to native app, hybrid app is developed for a specific platform and deployed on the App Store. You need to install the hybrid app before using it on your mobile. Hybrid app can be created by using many hardware features of your device such as camera and developed by using HTML and CSS similar to web app. Nowadays, developers use development tools to package the code of the hybrid app with a browser to make it as a native app. In this way, hybrid apps become cross-platform, which means that the same code can be run on multiple platforms. This technique saves the development time and cost also. Some of the examples of the hybrid apps are Instagram, Gmail, and Twitter. Categories of apps. Apps have become an integral part of our life. Nowadays, people are using mobiles for many purposes, such as communicating, learning, teaching, and playing games. This leads to the development of several types of apps. As you know, Apple's App Store and Google's Play Store are the two most popular app stores. These stores contain different types of apps which are further categorized in various categories. Gaming apps. Today's most popular category of mobile apps is gaming apps, which shares more than 24% area of the App Store. Gaming apps allow us to improve our cognitive skills such as attention and focus. Some of the gaming apps allow children to learn while playing. These apps also allow us to play games with other friends and share scores on social media. The most commonly used gaming apps are PUBG, Candy Crush Saga, and Angry Birds. Productivity apps. Productivity apps, also known as business apps, used by businessmen to perform several complex tasks. These apps allow businessmen to do their work more effectively. The most commonly used productive apps are Google Calendar, Evernote, and Dropbox. Entertainment apps. Entertainment apps are developed to entertain the people. These apps allow users to watch videos, post photos, search upcoming events, etc. The main purpose of the entertainment apps is to keep their users engaged. Gaming apps also entertain users, but they are different from entertainment apps. The most commonly used entertainment apps are Netflix, Talking Tom, and YouTube. Utility apps. Utility apps allow us to do our daily tasks such as booking a cab, booking a railway ticket, booking an appointment with doctor, sharing files, and performing calculations. These apps make our work easy. The most commonly used utility apps are ShareIt, Calculator, and Flashlight. Educational apps. Today's world is more cautious about self-education. Educational apps provide a platform for children to learn from anywhere and anytime. These apps use advanced methodologies and new concepts to make the learning easier. Some of the educational apps help teachers to support their teaching process. The most commonly used educational apps are Khan Academy, Vedantu, and Grammar EN. Social networking apps. Social networking apps allow us to connect with friends and family members. The main motive of these apps is to keep track on life of your friends, family, and some other people whom you do not meet regularly. By using social networking apps, you can share your personal and professional views, photos and videos. Some people also use these apps to expand their business and spread their products all over the world. The most commonly used social networking apps are Facebook, LinkedIn, and WhatsApp. Communication apps. Communication apps allow us to communicate with each other by sending and receiving messages, information, and opinions in the form of texts, videos, and audios. These apps also allow us to see the face of the person whom you're talking to. The most commonly used communication apps are Skype, Hike, and FaceTime. E-commerce app. E-commerce means to buy or sell products on an online service over the internet. E-commerce apps allow us to buy or sell products while sitting at home or any other place. Amazon is the leading online marketplace which provides an excellent shopping experience to their users. Some other examples of the e-commerce apps are Paytm and Grofers. Downloading and installing the app. As you already know that an app is a software program. Hence, to use any app, you need to first install it on your mobile device. As we have already learned, Google's Play Store and Apple's App Store are the most commonly used app stores. Among these two, Google's Play Store is more popular due to the huge market of Android devices give a space before. So, we are taking an example of an Android device to install an app from the Google's Play Store. To download and install an app on an Android device, perform the following steps. Step 1. Tap on the Play Store icon of your Android mobile. The home screen of the Google's Play Store appears. Step 2. Type the name of the app or related keyword in the Search for Apps and Games box at the top. In our case, we have typed the Learning English Grammar keyword. A list of related apps appear. Step 3. Tap on the app you want to install. In our case, we have typed the Grammar EN app. The app info screen appears. Step 4. Tap on the Install button. The downloading of the app will start. When the downloading is completed, the installation process will start automatically. Within few seconds, your app will be installed on your mobile and the Uninstall and Open buttons will appear on the Google's Play Store home screen. Step 5. Tap on the Open button to use the app. In case you want to uninstall the app, then tap on the Uninstall button.
Developing an app. There are many open source app development software available. They help us to develop an app. While developing an app, we should keep some points in mind. The idea of developing an app should be unique. The app we are going to develop should contain all the relevant features. The app should be user-friendly. Let us create a mobile app with the help of a freeware software provided by Google called App Inventor. With the help of App Inventor, we can create apps. App Inventor. App Inventor is a free app development tool provided by Google. With the help of App Inventor, we can create apps for smartphones. The working of App Inventor is similar to Scratch programming language, in which we drag and drop blocks for making an app. App Inventor has two basic views. A. The design view. This view contains all the components required to design an application. B. The block editor view. This view is the place where we combine blocks to execute an application. Setting up App Inventor. For setting up the App Inventor, we should have a Gmail account. To create an app using App Inventor, follow the given steps. Step 1. Type URL https://appinventor.mit.edu and Press Enter key. Step 2. Click on Create Apps button. Step 3. Type your user Gmail username and password. Step 4. Click on Next button. Step 5. Click on I accept the terms of service button. Step 6. Click on Continue to create an app. Step 7. Click on Start New Project button to start your first project. Step 8. Type the name for your project in the project name box. Step 9. Click on OK button. The project designer window appears. It is divided into 4 panes. Palette pane. On the left, there is a palette pane from where we can select components like buttons, images, and other functions required for our app. View pane. To the right of the palette is white area where we can view and arrange added components. Components pane. This pane shows a list of all the components added to the screen in a hierarchical view. Properties pane. When we click on a component in the viewer, we see its properties listed here. Properties of the components can be changed from here. Creating a talking app. In the Project Designer window, we will design the interface by choosing buttons, images, or text boxes and specify the functionalities of our app. Adding a button. Drag and drop a button from the palette pane to the view pane. Testing the app. App Inventor allows us to test our app while creating. So, to test your app, connect your Android device and download 꽉ᴟ Companion. Now follow the given steps. Step 1. Click on Connect menu. Step 2. AI Companion from the drop-down list. Step 3. Open MIT 꽉12 Companion on your device. Connect by scanning the QR code or typing the code displayed on your screen. Make sure your device and computer are connected to the wireless network to perform these steps. If you do not have any Android device, you can download emulator on your computer which works just like an Android device but works on the computer. The commonly used Android emulators are Android Studio, LD Player, Make Your Own, etc. Rename the button. In the Components pane, button is displayed as button 1. You can rename it. To rename a button, follow the steps given below. Step 1. Click on Rename button. Step 2. Type the new name for the component. In this example, we have given the Talking Me. Step 3. Click on OK button. App will be visible on connected device. The new name for the button will appear in the component pane, but in the view pane, button still has the name, text for button 1 displayed on it. Change the display name of button. To change the display name, follow the given steps. Step 1. Click on the button in the view pane. Step 2. Type a new name for button in the text box. Adding a text-to-speech component. From the palette pane, open Media Drawer and click the Drag Text-to-Speech component to View pane. This component will not appear in the View pane because it will drop under non-visible components that will show up on the app's user interface. You can still find it in Component pane and Properties pane. Block Editor. This is the place where we code the components added in the design window and instruct them the actions to be performed by them. Following are the main parts of the block editor. Built-in blocks. It contains all the predefined blocks in the application. They are responsible for handling operations like math, text, logic, and control. Component blocks. It contains relevant blocks for the components we have added in the design window. Workspace. It arranges all the blocks for coding in the workspace. Trash. It is used for deleting blocks that are not required. Backpack. It stores the copy of all the blocks even when we exit App Inventor. Making click event for button. Step 1. Click on button talking_me. Step 2. Drag and drop when talking_me. Click Do block and drag and drop it to workspace. This is an event handler block that will handle what happens when the button on your app is clicked. Program the text-to-speech action. Step 1. Click on text-to-speech block. Step 2. Click and hold the call text-to-speech 1 speak block. Step 3. Drag it over to the workspace. Add drop it over the button click block. This block will execute when the button on our app is clicked and make our phone speak. Enter message in the text block. Step 1. Click on text component. Step 2. Drag and drop message. Block on call text to speech 1 dot message block. Step 3. Type the message within the message block. Test your app. To test your app, go to the connected device or emulator and click on the button. Your phone will read the phrase aloud. Keep the volume of your phone or laptop high.